Hey, today is a very special day for the Car Talk podcast. Not only will I be speaking to you through audio, but I will also be speaking to you through video. Today will be my first video recorded episode, um, and I'll be posting this on YouTube. Now, I'll tell you now and at the end of the podcast. My YouTube channel is Tazzdaangel, Tazzdaangel. So let's get to it. Being that today is a new occasion, I'll also start it with a new type of podcast. So today is story time. I have a lot of friends who tell me that I'm extremely expressive and I'm well at telling stories. I'm good at them, right? So I figured I'd try to work it into my podcast. So today's story time is back in 1998, right? 20 years ago, actually. I was 8 years old because I'm 28, 90s baby. Woo-hoo. Anyway, it was 1998, and my favorite television show at the time was Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, right? And I was living in Jackson, Mississippi, and at that time, kidnapping had gotten to become a problem. And my grandma, she was staying with us for the holidays, I think. But she would just come and stay at any given time. So I don't know exactly the month or, exact time frame. But my grandma was watching the news, and when the news went out, she said, "Stephen, if somebody offer you some candy to get in that car, don't you get in that car." And because that was the main tactic, by the way. Hey kids, I got some candy. You want some? Snatch, drive. You know what I mean? That's what they were doing. So I said, "No, Grandma, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna take candy from strangers, because we had the stranger danger teachings and all that." I'm like, "Nah, I'm not on that, Grandma." This is in my head. I'm like, "I ain't on that," but I tell her, "No, Grandma, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna get in the car just because someone offered me some candy." And so my sister says, because she always jumps in everyone else's business. My sister jumps in and she's like, "Nah, Grandma, he like Power Rangers. Tell him about Power Rangers." And I gave it a little cut out, like, "But shut up, bro." I'm not trying to have this conversation be longer than it has to be, all right? But anyway, so my grandma said, "Yeah, Steven, and if they give you or tell you they got some Power Ranger toys and stuff for you, you still don't get in the car." Now, side note, I want to remind you guys that I'm 8 years old at this time, okay? The logic that I used at 8 years old, I would use this very day in my life. Like right now, excuse me, right now, I would use the exact same logic. You know what I said as an 8-year-old? I said, "Nah, Grandma, because I ain't going to get in a car, because if they told me that the toy's mine, they can just throw it out the window." Bruh, at 8 years old, that was the logic that I used on my grandma. And she could only agree. She was like, "Well, all right. They got a toy for you, they can toss it out." She couldn't even be mad at me. You know what I mean? You got to accept that answer. Because it's logical. As an 8-year-old, I'm like, "Yo, if that toy's for me, toss that. I ain't got to get in there to unwrap it. I can get to the crib, go in my room, use this toy to go against to jump in my Zords, whatever." But that's what was in my head at 8 years old, man. I thought that was crazy. That I thought that way anyway at 8 years old. But I'm just thinking about it. Oh, and the reason why I even know this is because I went back to Mississippi to visit a few months ago, and my grandma, who was born in 1930, so she's 88, recalled this story. So at 88, she recalled the story from when she was 28. I'm sorry, when she was 68. I said 28. When she was 68, you know, and I think that's insane for her to have such a high cognitive level and high level of recall at that age, almost 90 years old. That don't happen a lot of times now. Man, and I have stories and stories. As a matter of fact, I'll end this one because I want each story to be its own thing, you know. I'll end this one. I'll actually do another one just because today is so special. It's the first day of the Tazzdaangel Car Talk video podcast. So again, I'm ending this one. I'm gonna start another one. My YouTube channel is Tazzdaangel, Tazzdaangel, and my podcast is called Car Talk. I will have the link in my YouTube description and probably on my actual, YouTube channel and all that. But my podcast, the audio is on Spotify, it's on Google Play, it's on iTunes, or whatever Apple uses now, Android for life. But it's on anything that you can hear a podcast. But the main app that I use to get it there is Anchor. So my link will be to my Anchor page because that's what it's initially through, and it's shared to all the others. So I'll be talking to you again real soon. Have a great day. Love you.